Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
The starters for the Trojans, a senior from Anderson, South Carolina, number 6, Rachel Burks. A senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 7, Serena Jackson. A sophomore from Glendale, Arizona, number 8, Emily Conlon. A junior from Redlands, California, number 17, Jalen Knight. A sophomore from Jayden, South Carolina, number 20, Catherine Hughes. A senior from Anderson, South Carolina, number 24, Mallory McFerrin. Libero is a junior from Plano, Texas, number 22, Emily Connor. The head coach of the Trojans is Todd Hay. And let's welcome your 2017 Tusculum Pioneers. Tonight's college starters, number 6, Aubrey Hawkins. Number 13, Madison Shoemaker. Number 17, Kaylee Weiss. Number 18, Eric Carmody. Number 19, Danica Cheney. Number 21, Gracie Peters. And number 23, Cameron McNamee. Tonight's Pioneers starting lineup, a senior from Newcastle, Indiana, number 1, Larissa Welch. A senior from Canton, North Carolina, number 2, Mariah Lewis. Sophomore from Blaisdell, Florida, number 3, Alyssa Rojas. A senior from Tinley Park, Illinois, number 4, Shannon Murphy. A junior from Cushing, North Carolina, number 7, Casey Moore. A senior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 12, Serena Schluter. And the libero is a junior from Chicago, Illinois, number 14, Melissa Mazer. Head coach of the Pioneers is Chief Michael Robinson. Assistant coach Ashley Hennick Steele. Graduate assistant coach is Sunny Gakic. And the assistant athletics leader is Jamie T. With the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pioneer Arena here for this game versus your Tusculum Pioneers versus the Anderson Trojans. Anderson Trojans are 17-1 in the SAC conference so far this year, and Tusculum so far is 10-9. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here tonight. Wish you could be here in person, but we're appreciative nonetheless that you've tuned in online. Tonight is senior night, honoring our seniors here. And we have 7 on the Pioneer team tonight. First is number 1, Larissa Welch, a senior from Newcastle, Indiana. Second, number 2, Mariah Lewis, a senior from Canton, North Carolina. And then the third, number 4, Shannon Murphy, a senior from Tinley Park, Illinois. And number 12, Sabrina Schluger from Louisville, Kentucky. Number 13, Madison Shoemaker from Reiner, Virginia. Number 17, Kaylee Weiss from Lynchburg, Virginia. And number 18, Erin Carmody from Midlothian, Virginia. Started off this game with a Anderson serve, and that point is awarded to the Pioneers. So the Pioneers have got this senior night off to a good start thus far, as number 4, Shannon Murphy, will get the service. Good float serve there by Murphy, as Jalen Knight for the Trojans lays out but can't come up with the pass. Almost an ace, but Knight does get a hand on the ball. Serve to Knight once again by Murphy. Outside attack. Passed up by Murphy. Mazer outside to Bourne. Knight outside pass. And that is attacked by Marissa Mitter. That is out of bounds for a point Pioneers. And that'll bring the score to 3-0. Passed up by libero Emily Connard. And that is attacked out of bounds for another Pioneer point. Pioneers on a good start so far this set with the score of 4-0 already. Another service by number 4, Shannon Murphy. Nice flow serve, passed up by Knight. Right side attack by number 1, Regan Duty. Service here by Marissa Mitter. Passed up by Mazer. Murphy, miscommunication there in the middle. Cassie Bourne, the forearm pass over the net. Attack, Mazer with the dig. Wise going as far as she can to play it, but the ref's podium was in the way, so second point of the set will be awarded to the Trojans as Mitter gets ready to serve again. Passed up by Bourne, slightly shanked, but Pioneers do a good job with communication to keep it going. So the Trojans do not there have the same level of communication. They kind of mix up and result giving the Pioneers a free ball. Middle set here, blocked by Mariah Lewis and Kaylee Weiss for an excellent end to the point. We're now 5-2 for the Pioneers as number 7 Cassie Bourne gets ready to serve here in the back court. Hard serve, passed up by Connard. Outside attack tipped, passed up by Bourne. Middle attack tipped by Lewis. And number 2, Mariah Lewis, will be on the net, and that'll be a point for the Trojans. Now serving for Anderson, number 7, Serena Jackson. She's a senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Serve reception by Cassie Bourne. Schluger outside to Weiss, roll shot, and that'll land right in front of Mitter on the Trojans for another Pioneer point. Trojan libero coming back into the game, Emily Conard. And Pioneer libero, Melissa Mazer serving. Outside set to Knight. And the Pioneers scrambling in the backside of the court, but unable to get there in time. Substitution here for the Trojans. We have number 11 coming into the game, Megan Embry. Scores 4-6 here for the Pioneers. Full serve passed up by Bourne. Mazer running, going to get it. Trojans get a free ball as Schluger turns around and forearms passes. Outside pass to Knight, off the hands of the block. Bourne passes up and Schluger roll shot over the net. Knight block, hits it right into the block. Roll shot passed up by Bourne. Murphy to Schluger. And the line judge says that hit the antenna, so that'll be a Trojan point. Now serving for Anderson is number 11, Megan Embry, once again. She will serve to Schluger. Murphy to Welch. Over the net, late block by the Pioneers. Schluger, roll shot. Miscommunication there between Mitter and Embry for the Trojans, as they couldn't quite tell who was going for the ball. Results in a shank and a point for the Pioneers. Now coming into the game, number 3, Alyssa Rojas for the Pioneers. She's a sophomore from Leesburg, Florida. Short serve, passed up by Knight. Outside attack right by Knight. Blocked by Weiss, and then she passes up her own block. Alyssa Rojas had no idea the ball was still in the air and was surprised when it came near her. And that ball won't be put back over the net, so that'll be a point for the Trojans. And now serving for Anderson, Jalen Knight, number 17. She'll serve to Bourne. Murphy outside set to Schluger. Right into the Anderson block. Mainly hitting number 6, Rachel Burtz, but also helping the cause was number 8, Emily Conlin, who's actually the setter. Roll shot, passed up by Knight. Conlin sets outside. And that's another point for Trojans. Seems as though the momentum in the game has switched over. I think now would be a good time for a timeout, just to recalibrate and re-strategize. And that service is shanked off the arms of the Pioneers, and that'll be another point for Anderson Trojans. As Knight serves again. It's passed up by Schluger on the net. Dump shot there by Conlin. Dump by Murphy. Outside set into the net. Doesn't touch the block, and that'll be the 4th point. 4th touch of the rally. Now serving, one of the seniors honored tonight, Sabrina Schluger, a Louisville, Kentucky resident. Outside attack by Mitter as Macer dives and can't come up with the pass. Now serving for Trojan, gonna be number 22, Emily Conard. Alyssa Rojas, serve reception, set to Bourne through the block of the Trojans, and that goes absolutely down with force. Went through the arms of Mitter and Conlin on the Trojan side of the court. And the Pioneers are slowly fighting back to decrease the deficit between the scores after that run by the Trojans. And the point for the Anderson Trojans here, the score is brought to 11-9. We have number 20, Catherine Hughes, coming into the game for the Trojans. And now serving the setter, Emily Conlin. Beautiful float serve, passed up by Schluger. Murphy outside to Mariah Lewis, right side. One arm pass by Mazer. Rojas doing an excellent job going to get that. And then free ball given by Murphy. And then Lewis and Murphy are able to get the block up, get the roll shot, easy pass for the Pioneers. Attack by Mitter, pancake by Schluger. Now Pioneers scrambling. Melissa Mazer gives free ball, forearm pass. Middle set, tipped. Schluger's there in time. Dump by Murphy into the back corner. No one is there. An absolutely tremendous play. She saw the open court in the corner and dumped the ball. That was an extremely long rally. It's nice to see Shannon Murphy with the open court awareness to dump the ball to come out on top. Score's brought to 10-11 for the Trojans, and we get another serve here by Murphy. She'll serve to Conard, outside attack. Schluger passed up, Murphy, right side set to Weiss. Passed up by Knight, And a hard attack by Mitter. Goes right into the arms of Murphy. It was one of those kind of in-betweeners where she couldn't really get a correct forearm pass, but she couldn't get a face pass either, so it was kind of a middle tomahawk pass action. We get a serve here by Mitter. Serve right to Schluger. Now Murphy sets to Bourne, and that'll be out of bounds for a Trojan point. Marissa Mitter is a senior from Redondo Beach, California. And that'll be a point awarded to the Pioneers for watching that serve go out of bounds. Now serving, Cassie Bourne. A junior from Horseshoe, North Carolina. And that serve reception is shanked off the arms of Marissa Mitter, causing Mallory McFerrin and Emily Connor to go scrambling to get it, but unable to do so. Is the Pioneers' point as they chip away at the score deficit, coming to 12-13. Hard serve passed up by Mitter. Conlon right side. And that attack of the Trojans is out of bounds, resulting in a point for the Pioneers. The attack was by Catherine Hughes, just recently coming into the game. Score now tied at 13 as Bourne serves once again. Passed up by Connard. Knight attacks that ball right out of bounds. Seemed as though she just hit the bottom half of the volleyball and that went up instead of down. And after this timeout break, we will have a commercial break. We'll be right back with you in just a moment.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
And that strong attack is passed up by Mazer. Schluger roll shot over the Trojans. Outside attack by Knight. Dig by Mazer. Outside to Schluger, tipped. And Mitter passes to Conlon. Middle attack, easy pass for Mazer. Murphy to Lewis, tipped. Passed up by Connard. Outside to Hughes. And that is a huge block for the Pioneers. Cassie Bourne, hard serve, passed up by Mitter. Conlon scrambling to go. Mitter takes the back row attack herself, and she hits that into the net. And that'll be a point for the Pioneers. So Cassie Bourne will continue this serving rally, and she'll keep going. And I spoke too soon. She will serve out of bounds. It's not bad though. She got a significant amount of points for her team all in a row. Definitely strong serves aiding in the process. Brings the score 14-16. Murphy right side attack to Weiss. And that pass off the arms of Hughes will go over the net but out of bounds. That'll be another point for the Pioneers. Ladies and gentlemen, the amount of energy right here in Pioneer Arena is substantial. We've got a full house for senior night here today. Melissa Mazer, service. Passed up by Mitter, outside to Knight. Blocked off the arms of Kaylee Weiss and then off the antenna. That'll be a point for the Trojans. and Hughes coming out now. We have Embry coming in. The score is 15-17. And that serve just grazes over the net for Bourne reception. And Wise hits that ball right into the antenna for a point, Trojans. I think we're in for a good one tonight. Both teams notoriously good and have very similar records, so it's going to be a tight game. Murphy, right side attack to Wise. Middle set. Good hit by Burtz. Now Schluger into the block. Over the net though. Knight pass up. Conlon now being forced to roll shot. Bourne to Schluger will roll shot over the net. Passed up by Embry. Conlon now to Burtz. Conard passes up there. That ball goes right over the net again for the Pioneers. Now a back row attack by Mitter. Tipped by Weiss in the back left corner. Mitter sees it, passes it up. Outside to Knight. No block. And that'll be a point for Trojans. I knew as soon as I saw those two blocks being late to get up, I knew that was pretty much about to be the end of it. As that was a very long rally and both teams were tired. And that point was awarded to the Trojans after Melissa Mazer goes to face pass it and it gets bumbled up in her hands. Oddly enough, that point was awarded to the Trojans because the ball hit the ground. It wasn't because of a double touch or a lift. And Embry serves that ball into the net. Serve reception now for Alyssa Rojas. Conlon sets to Mitter in the back row, and that'll be a point for the Trojans. Extremely close game so far, as the score is 19-18 for Anderson. We'll have a serve from number 17, Jalen Knight. That'll be passed up by Melissa Mazer. Now outside to Sabrina Schluger. Out of bounds according to the line judge. That'll be another point rewarded to Anderson. And we'll have a timeout here for Pioneers, and we will have a special commercial break in honor of Veterans Day coming up.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'd like to thank you again for joining us online. Wish you could be here in person, but we are grateful you've tuned in online. It is senior night where we honor our seniors, the Tusculum Pioneers, as they play Anderson Trojans. Score in the first set is Pioneers 18 and the Trojans 20. Had a close game so far where no significant lead has been had. It's just been back and forth the whole entire time. The Pioneers are ready. They're already on the court waiting for the Trojans. Pioneers rarely use full time allotted for a timeout, as their head coach, Michael Robinson, usually likes to say what he needs to say, and that's it. Knight serves. Mazer lays out. Schluger attack off the block. Conlon now middle set to Burtz. Cassie Bourne running and diving in an effort to pass that ball up, and she does get an arm on it, but doesn't head in the right direction, as it was kind of last moment spur the direction kind of thing. Knight serves to Bourne. Murphy outside set to Schluger off the block of the Trojans and down on the court for a point, Pioneers. And that'll bring the score 19-21 for the Pioneers, as one of the seniors, number 12, Sabrina Schluger from Louisville, Kentucky, will serve. A absolutely beautiful float serve. That ball had no spin on it at all, and if it did, it was minimal. And that brings the score 20-21 for the Pioneers. Passed up by Knight. An outside set to Mitter, off the block of the Pioneers and out of bounds. That'll be a point for Anderson. Now coming into the game for Anderson, number 7, Serena Jackson. She's in the front row in the 4th position on the court. Conard serves, deep pass, deep serve to Sluger. Larissa Welch with a strong attack, but passed up by the Trojans. Attack by Mitter goes off the block of the Pioneers. And then out of bounds, so that'll be a point for Trojans. The score's 23-20 for Anderson. We'll be right back with you after this timeout break.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingles has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingles, all the ingredients for family.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pioneer Arena. The score is now currently 23-20 for Anderson Trojans. We are underway here in the first set. In the last few points, it is crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. Now serving the libero for Anderson, Conard. And that is a high serve reception by Schluger. Nonetheless, it goes back over the court. A strong attack by Anderson as Marissa Mitter just comes through the outside zone and demolishes that volleyball, bringing the score 24-20. Pioneers are going to have to string a few points together if they want to see some success this game. Marissa Welch, strong attack, dug up by Embry, however. Bodies laying everywhere. Outside attack by Burtz, blocked by the Pioneers though. Conard now outside to Mitter. Goes through the block of Welch and Murphy, and that'll be the end of the first set in this best of 5. Final score 25 Trojans, 20 Pioneers. Be right back with you after this short break. Thank you.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, or if you're just tuning in now, we are about to be underway in the commencement of the second set in this best-of-5 game. The Anderson Trojans are up 1-0, with the final score 25 for the Trojans and 20 for the Pioneers. So we are about to be underway here in the second set. Some things I'd like to address. The amount of blocks Tusculum had as a team. Collectively, that first set we had 4. And collectively, as a team, Anderson had 0. They did have individual blocks, however. So that first point is awarded to the Pioneers after a serve by Cassie Bourne. And that strong attack by Burtz is right down the line. And not much the Pioneers can do to defend that attack. Now serving for Anderson Trojans is number 8, Emily Conley, sophomore from Glendale, Arizona. Shannon Murphy, middle set to Lewis off the body of Conley. I believe that might have been a 6-pack, I'm not quite sure, but that looked painful nonetheless. And that point is awarded to Anderson. And we'll see another serve by Conlin here. Hard serve, passed up by Mazer. Murphy going to run for the pass, forearm pass there. Sluga roll shot. Quick set to Burtz. Same to Lewis. But again, Mariah Lewis will be called on the net. As you see the net referee talking to head coach Michael Robinson, saying that something along the lines of her lower half of the body hit the net. I'm not quite sure, but I was reading his body language moving around his legs. So an excellent rally so far for both teams being heavily involved. We'll get a reset here as Mariah Lewis and Kaylee Weiss absolutely throw that block down, and that ball hits the ground with force. Taking another point from Anderson Trojans. Now serving, number 14, Melissa Mazer. Scores brought to 2-3. High serve passed up by Knight. Outside attack by Mitter. Pioneers unable to block as that ball got stuck in between the arms of number 1, Larissa Welch, who's also one of the seniors being honored tonight. Mitter with the serve. An attack by Larissa Welch, just the left of the block by Burtz. Excuse me, Serena Jackson. Kind of hard to see on that side of the court. From where I am, I'm up in the bird's nest on the Pioneer side currently. That point's awarded to Trojans once again. And they'll take the score 5-3. As number 7, Serena Jackson, gets ready to serve. A senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. And that serve goes out of bounds for a point Pioneers. And a strong attack there by Jackson. Excuse me, that was not Jackson. That was Burtz. Getting Jackson and Burtz mixed up for some reason. Could be the headband. Apologize for that. Strong serve by Embry. Set by Murphy, right side to Welch, and that goes into the net. And that was a good set, as you saw Larissa Welch patting her chest saying, "My bad." Recognizing that it was her fault, not putting the blame on her setter, which is always nice to see. Good team support. This Mazer serve reception outside now to Bourne. Blocked, but stayed on that side of the net. Strong attack now by Burtz. Little shot given to Bourne. Connor pass up. Outside to Knight. Rojas laying out and keeping the ball alive. Set by Knight, and Rojas again laying out once again, but unable to get the ball going where she wanted it to. Quite scrappy volleyball so far. Seems like these points are taking a while to finish, but it's just because both of these teams have such good defense, it's hard to score. So the ball just stays in the air. Teams are definitely going to have to change their strategy there in terms of defense or offense, just to create something going where you can put the ball over and get some points without these long-lasting rallies. Good dig by Connard, whistle blown, and that's a Pioneer point as the Trojans are penalized with a double touch. Strong serve there by Welch causes the team on the other side of the court to scramble. And a nice roll shot by Cassie Bourne earns the point for the Pioneers. Scores now 7-8. Another serve by Welch to Connard. Now Conlon passes to Knight. Murphy now outside to Bourne. A very aggressive dump by the setter, Conlon. Now free ball given by Welch. Outside to Knight. Only one block. I think Mariah Lewis was thinking the setter was going to set to either the middle or right side, but the ball was given to Knight. And the only person going up was Shannon Murphy, the setter. He's passed by Mazer. Mariah Lewis coming behind Shannon Murphy to get the kill. An absolutely devastating blow to the Trojans. And that's going to take the score 8-9. Now serving for the Pioneers, number 4, Shannon Murphy. Setter for the Pioneers now in the back row. Trojans will be relieved to know they can rest when it comes to dumps from the setter. In the meantime, and Cassie Bourne tips over the block. Conlon now to Mitter. Bourne roll shot into the net. Seemed as though that ball kind of hit her on the wrist part of her palm, as we didn't get that true slap noise as we usually do from her. A very deep serve by Connard, and the ball goes out of bounds for a Pioneer point. Now number 7, Cassie Bourne, going to make her way into the back court to serve for the Pioneers here. The score is now 9-10. The Trojans consistently in the lead, but the Pioneers are also trailing right behind the entire time. It seems as though the points are going back and forth. A very strong attack by Mitter, however, it goes into the net for a Pioneer point. Although she did have a tremendous amount of speed built up behind that approach. So there's no doubt in my mind if that went over the net, that would have been an insanely hard attack to pass. Although the Pioneers do have excellent defense. Outside to Mitter. Roll shot, passed up by Murphy. Now Mazer, right side to Wise, just to the left of the block. Roll shot now, back row attack, rather, by Knight. as we saw Embry there go on her knees to get that block, to get that forearm pass, but that ball goes off the hands of the block and rolls over her and inbounds, so there's nothing much she can quite do. But we have a timeout break. We'll be right back with you after this commercial. At the start of this second set, first point was awarded to the Pioneers after the serve of Cassie Bourne. The Pioneers have been in deficit since, but have recently taken the lead with the score now 11-10, and Cassie Bourne is serving again. On her last service, she did go 5 or 6 serves in a row. Let's see if we can keep that going. What an excellent block by the Pioneers. Absolutely outstanding to take that point and get this momentum going in their favor. Score's now 12-10. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a full house here in Pioneer Arena. As you can hear, all the fans screaming here tonight. Right side attack tipped. Cassie Bourne putting a fist up. Now Murphy puts the ball back over. A strong attack there by Mitten goes off the hands of Kaylee Weiss, back over the net onto the Pioneer side of the court, but not much Pioneers could do there. Not coming to the game for the Trojans, number 20, Catherine Hughes, was in the game last set, where she had 1 kill. Score is now tied at 12. As we have the setter, number 8, Emily Conlin, sophomore from Glendale, Arizona, serve. Passed up by Mazer, outside now to Schluger. Through the block, literally through the block of Hughes and Jackson. Mazer now getting ready for service in the backcourt. That floated quite a bit as we saw Connor going on her knees and still having difficulty. Back row attack by Bourne. Conlin now outside to Mitten, but off the block of Weiss and out of bounds. So the Trojans will receive another point, bringing the score being tied at 13. Weiss's attack rolls off the block. And a strong attack by Hughes there, as there was only 1 block. Kaylee Weiss. Now serving is Mitter. And that attack by Larissa Welch will go out of bounds for a Trojan point. The right side attack given to Weiss, but it seems as though she came in for the approach a little too tight on Murphy, and that ball was behind her, forcing her to reach behind her head and attack that ball. And we have a timeout break here. We'll be right back with you in a couple of moments.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry. Let me
Remember,
get this
you
working.
can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into you.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Welcome back to Pioneer Arena after that timeout break. That's Saborn doing a good job at getting out to that ball. Now free ball given by Murphy. Outside to Knight. Dug by Mazer. Whistle blown. Trojan point. And the Pioneers will be penalized with a double touch. Serve reception by Schluger. Now outside to Wise. And that ball will go in the middle of the block by Knight and Serena Jackson. Serving number 3, Alyssa Rojas for the Pioneers. And that ball will be out of bounds. That'll be another point for the Trojans. And a good job there by Alyssa Rojas, recognizing that serve going out of bounds and pulling back her hands as if not to pass it. Good court awareness there, knowing exactly where that baseline is behind her. Now serving number 12, Sabrina Schluger. A good float serve there, absolutely, that's an ace. Because nobody was calling that ball, everyone's kind of watching each other there on that side of the court. Although that ball, in their defense, that ball did float quite a bit. I'd say a couple feet at least. Looked like it was going towards Knight at first in the 5th position. And that ball will go off the Jumbotron, but it is still in play. And the Pioneers put the ball back over the net. Mitter with a strong attack. And then Schluger with the dig, puts it back over the net, and Mitter tries to put the ball back over, but it goes out of bounds. It's kind of their own net battle between Schluger and Mitter, although Schluger wasn't even near the net. It was pretty interesting to see that. But we will get a timeout break here. We'll be right back with you after this minute.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Short serve by Schluger, passed up by Knight. Now outside to Mitter, and Mitter will put that ball down with authority to take the 20th point of the set. And ladies and gentlemen, as I like to call it, we are now in crunch time in the last 5 points of the set. Served by Embry. Back row to Schluger. Passed up there by the Trojans. Now outside set to Knight. Murphy shoots set to middle. Larissa Welch tips it into the block. Back over to the Pioneers. And Bourne puts that ball through the block. And she will take that point for the Pioneers, bringing the score 18-20 now, and giving Larissa Welch the ball for service. Serve to Conrad. Conlon, back row to Mitter. Murphy to Lewis, tipped. Blocked for the Pioneers. And out of bounds. Good job of the Trojans to watch that ball land just about a foot outside of their side of the court. Now serving with only 4 points left in this set is number 17, Jalen Knight. Right side attack by Lewis. Great dig by Knight. And another strong attack for the Trojans by Mitter, with no block. The team captain and setter Shannon Murphy remaining hopeful, keeping her team energy up and encouraging, always being a good teammate in that sense. Some scrambling now, that ball needs to go over, and it does. Sabrina Schluger with the free ball. Now it's side to Mitter. Mazer digs the ball, and the line judge says that ball went around the antenna. We will get a timeout here for the Pioneers. The score's 23-18 for Anderson Trojans. We'll be right back.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
Served by Knight, passed by Mazer, now to Murphy, outside, set to Bourne, roll shot. Middle attack by Burks. Would have hit Alyssa Rojas in the face, but she does get her arms up. It doesn't win the point though. And the Trojans are at game point now. They are at 24, and the Pioneers are at 18. Short serve now, Mazer taking control. Outside set to Bourne, just off the block. And that's a Pioneer point as Trojans tried to get that ball back over, but it went around the antenna. There's now 19-24. Shannon Murphy is a very consistent server with authority that is either. They are not passive serves in any regard. So the Pioneers do have hope. Outside set to Mitter. And Mariah Lewis is late getting to the block in aiding Kylie Weiss. And that'll be the end of the second set in this best of 5 match, with the Anderson Trojans up 2-0.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another.
Right back with you after this break.
Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family. The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, it's funny running into
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in with us, we are playing Tusculum Pioneers versus the Anderson Trojans. Anderson Trojans are up 2-0. We are just about to have the third set out of 5 underway here at Pioneer Arena. We thank you for joining us here and tuning in online. Wish you could be here in person, but we're appreciative that you've tuned in online. The libero for Anderson Trojans, Emily Connard, has 10 total digs, and that is 10 out of 37 for the Anderson Trojans in total. And the same with Shannon Murphy. She has 10 digs out of the total 37 for the Pioneers. We'll get a first set here by setter Conlin, and that will be out of bounds. And the momentum is in favor of the Pioneers right off the bat. Now serving for the Pioneers, number 7, Cassie Bourne. Passed up by Connard. Fluger now roll shot. Knight. Conlin outside to Mitter with authority off the hands of Shannon Murphy. And that is shanked over into the audience. I don't know why anybody would want cheerleaders when they could just have men's lacrosse come and watch the games. They get really into it. As you can hear all that yelling, it is coming from them mainly. So right now they are serving as our cheerleaders. So we are appreciative of you, men's lacrosse. Thank you for showing up tonight. Scores now 2-1 for the Pioneers as Melissa Mazer serves. Passed up by Mitter. Now middle attack by Jackson. And that'll be inbounds. Melissa Mazer thought it was going to be out of bounds. She just kind of dove out of the way, but it does land inbounds, so that'll be a point for the Trojans. That'll be a point for the Pioneers, and that'll bring the score 3-2 as number 3, Alyssa Rojas, comes into the game now for Tusculum. This is the last league game, conference game for Tusculum Pioneers, as it is November 10th. The next scheduled game in the SAC conference is the SAC tournament, and that'll be November 14th. The times are all to be announced, but you can find that on the South Atlantic Conference website and go under the women's volleyball section. Score's now tied 3-3 as Sabrina Schluger goes up for a devastating kill off the block and onto the court of Anderson Trojans. And she will take that momentum into her service and will hopefully keep that momentum going and instill that in her team. Short serve now, just barely goes over the net. Literally stops on top of the net for a couple milliseconds, I'd say, and rolls over. It wouldn't have landed much further over the net, I would say probably about an inch in front of the net. Another short serve, not as short, however. Passed up by Connor, now outside to Knight. Off the block, and then on the side of the court of Anderson. So the Pioneers do get that block, and that'll be a point as they bring the score 6-3. Seems as though the Pioneers have a little extra oomph this set. Wall shot by Knight, and number 4, Shannon Murphy, sees that ball to her right, goes up to reach it, and hits that ball away from being played. Might have been better off if she just had let it go, because number 12, Sabrina Schluger, was right there behind her to make that pass. So reception by Rojas. Outside now to Bourne. Off the hands of the block by Conlon and Burt. But not good enough of a block, and that the Pioneers put the ball back over the net, and it is unable to return. Excuse me, that was a point for Anderson. Not exactly sure how, but I must have missed something there. I apologize for that. Serve reception by Rojas, and then attack by Welch as she cuts through that ball. An excellent point, rally endings kill. Welch now serves. She serves to Embry. And Burt will hit that ball down for a point for Anderson. Coming into the game now, number 7, Serena Jackson, has been on the court for a substantial amount here today, but she does switch places with Burt's after that attack. Free ball given to Anderson. Now right side attack by Jackson. Jackson goes up with the ball at the net there and pushes it over with authority. But the point is awarded to Anderson because one of the Pioneers was on the net. I'm not exactly sure who, but the net was moving. Warren roll shot. Kind of gets under the volleyball and hits it out of bounds into that back corner. And the Pioneers have lost the lead now. The score is 8-7. Float serve. Those are extremely hard to pass when they're done successfully because it's almost like a knuckleball in baseball. You have no idea where they're going. Passed up by Conard. Outside attack by Mitter. Murphy now outside to Bourne. One blocker. Conlon now back row attack by Knight. Mariah Lewis gets blocked by Mitter and Jackson. And they will get the team block on that one to end the point, taking the score 9-7. Alyssa Rojas, serve reception. Murphy going out to get it. Free ball given by Schluger. Knight to Conlon, now right side to Jackson. Through the block of the Pioneers. Lewis and Bourne are struggling to get tight in that block, getting right beside each other. And I think that is what they're going to talk about, as blocks and attacks have been the leading deciding factor in today's sets. We'll be right back with you after this break. Back row attack by Schluger, and that's out of bounds. So that'll be a point awarded to the Trojans. A strong outside attack by Mitter for Anderson. Pioneers are really going to need to start picking apart that offense of Anderson Trojans, because the Trojans have been unstoppable here lately within the past couple of points. The Pioneers are really going to need to start targeting specific players. For example, when Mitter is in the front row, the middle blocker needs to always be going towards them for at least a little bit until we can kind of re-strategize. The only problem is currently we have Mitter and Jackson in the front row, both very powerful attackers. But then again, on the other hand, we do have Kaylee Weiss, Mariah Lewis, and Cassie Bourne in the front row for the Pioneers. So we do have strong attackers too. We just need to shut down theirs in order to show ours off. And that point is rewarded to the Pioneers as the line judge points his flag down, which means the ball is in bounds. Some disagreement shown by head coach of Anderson Trojans, Todd Hay. Outside set. And that is whistle blown called on that. The setter, Conlin, will get charged with a double touch. And we'll get a timeout here for the Trojans as the Pioneers have fought back, bringing the score 11-12. We'll be right back with you.
The Tusculum experience is 20 sports, one team, striving for excellence. The Tusculum experience offers state-of-the-art facilities for practice and game days. If you seek a championship atmosphere, the Tusculum experience is for you. Visit online through TusculumPioneers.com. Call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
A strong attack by Serena Jackson. However, It is out of bounds, but it does go off the block of the Pioneers, so they do come out on top from that rally and come out with a point. So Anderson is up ahead, 13-11. Shannon Murphy, right side set to Kaylee Weiss. Right side set to Mitter. And Mariah Lewis doing a good job of following Mitter there. 2 blockers there for the Pioneers. Creates the only available option is could be down the line where Sabrina Schluger is covering, or across court where Shannon Murphy is. And a tip there. Mariah Lewis doing a good job seeing that. A lot of blockers close their eyes when they block, which is kind of silly because you're already protected by the net. You might as well keep them open to see where the ball's going. This is the point for the Trojans as they take the score, 14-11 here in the third set. A net battle there as Mitter and Jackson both go up to put the ball over the net. And Conlon serves the ball directly into the back of Serena Jackson's head. It does happen from time to time. I've seen it happen on numerous occasions, but it always catches you by surprise. Nonetheless, that is a Pioneer point. And number 7, Cassie Bourne, will go to serve. Bringing it after the score has changed to 12-15. Tip by Mitter. And a dump by Murphy, although Knight reads it and goes past it. Mitter now hits it into the block. Excuse me, that was not Mitter, that was Hughes. Roll shot by Murphy. Middle attack by Jackson. And that will hit the ground, so that is a point for Anderson. And a deep serve by Mitter gives the Pioneers a free point after that serve is out of bounds. Strong serve by Jackson goes out of bounds. Wasn't necessarily too high, but it did catch quite a bit of air underneath it, and that kind of travels out of bounds there for a Pioneer point. Now as Alyssa Rojas coming into the game. Number 3, the sophomore from Leesburg, Florida. He serves to Knight. Now middle set to Burtz. Conlon outside to Knight. And hit just to the left of the block, in between Shannon Murphy and the antenna. And that ball will hit the ground for a Trojan point. So we'll have a serve here by number 11, Megan Embry, a junior from Matthews, North Carolina. Right side set to Welch. Into the block. Murphy and Rojas both diving to pass the ball, but unable to do so. Score is now brought to 20-14 for Trojans. We are in crunch time, so we have a timeout called. We'll be right back with you after this break.
Tusculum College is Tennessee's first college. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where students from all around the world have found a home. Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit online for more information at tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 and discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
So as I said earlier, we are in crunch time as the Trojans are up 20-14 against the Pioneers. The Trojans up in this best of 5 match are up 2-0. So if they do come out on top for this set as well, they will take the lead. They'll take the win. And it not only will be a win, but it will be a sweep. So the Pioneers really do need to string some points together and make up this 7-point deficit. Senior night is always an emotional night, as it could be the last game the seniors play in. There's always some emotions involved as the game gets nearer to the end. The players need to push through that, fight off the emotions until the end of the game, put everything on the line, leave everything on the court. So Conlon now sets to Burtz, and that's passed up by Mazer. Now Murphy sets to Bourne over the block and out of bounds. It was a good trajectory over the block, but it just needed a little bit more topspin. There was a little bit of spin, but not nearly enough to create that downward angle. Whereas now 22-15, Knight serves. Face pass by Mazer. Right outside by Bourne, I got a backward attack by Knight, passed up by Rojas. Murphy shoots set to Welch. Embry saw it coming. Cassie Bourne goes off the hands of block, number 8, Conlon. And that would be a point for the Pioneers, as they brought the score 16-22 now. Knight serve reception, outside attack to Larissa Welch, but not much she could do as that ball went in between the block. The score is 23-16. So we have Conard serving, standing very far back from the court, I'd say about 20 to 30 feet. Right side attack. Hit with force by Jackson. We are now at game point. Score 24-16. And what a way to end the game. That was just an exceptional serve by Conard. Not much Sabrina Sluger could do. That was just a hard serve. Not very often those short serves are going to be hard. Usually pretty soft. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for tuning in online to our senior night here with the Tusculum Pioneers versus Anderson Trojans. Anderson Trojans come out on top with the sweep, winning 3 sets in a row. We wish that you all have a good night, and we thank you again for tuning in.